it's on. Okay, let me hit record on here. We'll just have to remember what second is it on right now so we can try to sync it as best as possible.
I can't see.
I don't wear glasses. I think this is like almost 20. 17. Whatever. I'll figure it out later.
That seems like an editor problem for later.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Welcome to the first episode of the World Class Athlete Podcast. My name's Chola. That's my last name. My first name's actually Madison, but don't call me that. Anyways.
My name's Anna Kathleen, and I do go by both. So, yeah, call me that.
So we went from a normal name to a normal name. That didn't make sense
Nope.
at all. More like unusual name to unusual name. Blame it on my Italian ancestors. I don't know what to blame yours on.
My southern mama.
Fair.
Yep.
I really hope that turning off is not a bad sign.
The red light's still beeping, so I
Yeah,
think we're okay.
we're fine.
Okay.
If it's audio only, it's audio only, and that's also fine.
It is what it is.
Okay, so should we talk about our microphones first?
Sure, let's go for it.
Okay, so today, I don't know if this will be the microphone always. We might
switch it up. Be
swap
fun with
occasionally. It. So this is Joe Burrow on an ornament that Anna Kathleen's mom made me for Christmas. My graduation gift, actually.
Yes, it was.
When I graduated in December. He's always with us.
Truly. I'm using an espresso cup that we found in Chola's kitchen 10 minutes before we were going to film this because I needed something to clip the microphone on.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was cute.
I should have kept the beanbag in here so we could show it off. We were going to put it on a dolphin-shaped beanbag I made during COVID whenever I had nothing better to do with my life.
But the beans made noise, so
yeah,
took that one out.
It's really cute, though. It's purple.
It is cute.
I also have a blue one.
Look like they're going to pop out of its head, but that's fine.
Gives it character.
Sure.
Anyways, should we, actually talk about what this is?
I
guess we should talk about... I should have brought the bag up here, too. It's also in my car. Okay, so let's just explain where this came from. We were in the same sorority.
Yes.
I was the vice president at the time. The semester that we recruited you.
Yeah, I was nothing at the time, so.
It was not a real sorority. I mean, it's a real sorority, but it's non-Panhellenic and Christian.
It's not real sorority.
Yeah, it's also very tiny. And we had chapter retreat last year in March. And part of our chapter retreat activity was painting canvas tote bags. Mm-hmm. So I thought it would be silly and funny and quirky to draw a little mountainscape in blues and purples with a nice pale yellow sun. And then I thought it would be really funny to just add the word world-class athlete, or the phrase world-class athlete on it. Really dramatic.
It was dramatic.
And everyone was obsessed. And so I made an Instagram account almost just over a year ago. I think it was May of last year that I made the account. And told no one about it.
And didn't do anything with it.
Literally did not touch it. It was just sitting in my, other Instagram accounts. Didn't touch it once. And also last year, our wonderful friend Caroline, who was the treasurer of our sorority at the time, love you, Caroline.
Shout out,
Hope you'll be a guest one day. She's coming to town next week, fun fact.
Crazy.
Yeah. She just texted us today. Anyways, she and I were going to start a podcast last spring before she graduated. We were going to try to do it through the university, and then the university just didn't call us back. And so we didn't.
Typical. That's some UART communication right there.
And we were also mad busy, so it was probably for the best. But then I was going to do this by myself, but Anna Kathleen, and we'll get into it in a little bit, wants to be a marketing agent queen, sports agent queen.
Yeah.
Doing it all. And so I thought she'd be a great brand manager. So I'm the founder, she's the brand manager, and we're also co-hosts.
It's a great resume builder.
Yeah, you have anything you want to add about that specifically?
Not really. You kind of just made it all and then said, hey, you want to do this with me? And I said, yeah, sure. And you were like, okay, you're brand manager. And I was like, thanks, but I don't have the passwords to anything. And it took you about 3 weeks to get me passwords to let me be able to manage the brand.
You didn't even log into it until yesterday. And you've had the that sheet for like a month. This has been like 2 or 3 months in the making because we've been busy. But now that the semester is over and it's summertime.
But I'm here now and I'm logged into everything now. So we got it. We're good.
So, I guess we'll actually introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
Would you like to start?
Sure. My name is Anna Kathleen. I just finished
on the ceiling. Sorry.
Ew.
I don't know what that is. I'm gonna ignore it. Okay. Keep talking. It's tiny.
Yeah. So my name is Anna Kathleen. I just finished my sophomore year at the University of Arkansas, so I'm going in my junior year. I am a marketing major with a management minor, and I plan to go to law school afterwards. And ideally for my career, I'd be a sports agent, so I'd be managing
rich man's wife.
Yeah, or marry rich. Either one is fine. But ideally, I'd either be managing an athlete's career or I'd be a stay-at-home mom.
Sorry.
So that's me.
Sick. Okay, I'll go now. So, like I said, my name's Chola. My first name is Madison, but everyone calls me Chola. It doesn't look like it would be pronounced that way. Technically, it's actually not. In Italian, it's Ceola, but my family was lazy and dropped a syllable when they immigrated here from Italy. So just call me Chola. Anyways, I am a graduate student. I just finished my first year of grad school. I'm an exercise science student. I have my Bachelor of Arts in Chemistry and Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science. I love to rub that in people's face that I have 2 degrees because I think it's funny. It took me 4.5 years. I'm proud. But yeah, so now I'm a master's student. I'll graduate next May and then hopefully go to med school and become a sports medicine physician after many more years of schooling. So if anyone from the medical school admissions board sees this, hi, I want to be a doctor. Please let me be a doctor. I'll be a good one, I promise. That sounded sarcastic, but
yeah,
it wasn't.
I did. Well, some malpractice lawsuits coming their way. Yikes.
No, I shadow at a sports medicine clinic right now, and I absolutely adore it and love it, and I want to do that for the rest of my life. I just really want to work for the NFL one day. Hopefully we'll be working somewhat for the same team one day.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be at the Bengals, however the heck you want to pronounce it. Maybe you can be somebody's agent.
We'll see. We'll work to it.
I'll be on the sidelines in my sparkly Betsy Johnson tennis shoes that I don't have yet that I need to buy. But yeah. And hopefully I will also be... what's the acronym? It's
for what?
For girlfriend or wife of... athlete. I don't remember what it's called. There's an acronym for it. I would love to marry an athlete. Not for their money, but because I want to also make my own money.
Yeah.
But I think it would be cool
to not have to make my own money. Oh.
No, I still want to work.
Well, that's where we're different.
Yeah, but that's okay. It works. No. I don't really want to go to med school for... ideally 3 years because I want to do the family medicine route. And then 4 years residency, 1 year of fellowship just to not do it for a career. Or this could pop off and we could just do this for a career. We could just do this and
but you forget about med school, I forget about law school, we call it good.
Yeah, and then I'll just be that one insufferable famous person who's like, well, I was going to go to med school, but I
was going to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be in the video, but...
Yeah, that'll just be me for... Yeah, I was supposed to be a doctor, actually. So...
yeah, I was supposed to be a lawyer, but it's fine.
I'm definitely better than you. No, I'm not that... I'm a good person. I would never do that. Unless they were being annoying, and then I just really needed to one-up them, then I would.
Not spiteful at all, obviously.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't have an ego. What are we talking about? Okay, so shall we talk about favorite sports teams, athletes?
Sure.
Should we also explain the plot of this podcast?
Yeah.
That it's a sports podcast, but not.
Yeah, it's like sports for the girls and not sports at the same time.
Yeah.
You know,
it's us wanting to talk about whatever the heck we want to talk about under the guise of sports podcast.
It somehow all will connect back to a sport,
Yeah,
you just
eventually.
connecting it back to the sport might be a little hard, not gonna lie.
Because we do attend many sporting events throughout the year. That also sounded sarcastic. It wasn't. We do.
We do. Check my loyalty points. Check my loyalty points for
Yeah.
UARC. I go to games.
We're gonna put them on blast later. Don't worry. Okay, but anyways, shall we go into our like favorites sports teams athletes?
Yeah.
You can start.
Okay. Obviously, college-wise, I'm an Arkansas Razorback fan. Yeah, there's no other college I root for. I've been an Arkansas fan forever because I was born here. So, woo pig, great day to be Razorback. Professionally, really, I only really watch the NFL. Professional sports-wise, I am a New York Giants fan. I know they're not good, but that's okay. We love them anyways. It's a little too late for me to switch teams. Yeah, but that's that. I do like to root for the Bengals when it gets to playoff times because the Giants don't typically go to the playoffs or make it very far if they do get in.
At least you're not a Jets fan.
No. So I have to choose a different team for the playoffs. And I like the Bengals. I really like the Bengals because my roommate is a Kansas City fan, and it irritates her when I root against anyone other than Kansas City. And it really gets under her skin when I root for the Bengals just because their whole little squabble, if you will. So.
Just doing a hand heart over
Joe. Love Joe. Joe's great. Another one of my favorite athletes, Drew Sanders, just got drafted by the Broncos. Can't wait to see what he does. Love him.
Wish he would have gone to any other team. I honestly wish he had gone to the Dolphins like we thought he was going to. He visited Miami. I thought he was going to be a Dolphin. He would have looked so funny in the teal and orange.
You just not a Broncos fan?
No, I don't care that the Waltons own them.
Hey, I was about to say, keep that on the low. We're
born and bred Chiefs fan. We'll get into that in a second, though.
That's nasty.
Do you have any more athletes to you? Such as the one on my shelf right there.
Oh, yes. Jalen Williams. Big fan of him. I try to keep up with him basketball-wise. I'm not very good at it, but played for Arkansas. He's a great guy. Met him once. Love him. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got, honestly. Yeah.
Slay. I'll go. Okay, so favorite. So sports in general, I just love athletics. That's why I want to work in them forever. But I played 9 sports growing up. My favorites of those were volleyball. I was a dancer for 18 years, but that's not really like playing a sport.
Flex on us.
But
all right.
I
played 9 sports and I danced for 18 years.
I did do that.
Okay.
But I feel like you don't say it like watch. I mean, you go to the ballet, but that's different than like watching it as a sport.
Yeah, very true.
But like football is probably my favorite sport to watch overall. And I love college basketball. But teams wise, so obviously University of Arkansas, I was born and raised Razorback. My dad went to school here. A bunch of my family went to school here. I'm also low-key a Sooner fan because my mom went to OU, so I kind of have to root for them. But they're about to join the SEC, so I don't know. Did I tell you? This is random. My mom bonded with the local weatherman, Dan Scoff, over both of them going to OU recently.
No?
He's friends with our neighbor, and our neighbor graduated high school, and they had a party, and he was there, and we met him. He was really nice.
How does your mom run into, like, everybody? That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. It was funny, though. He was really nice. But anyways, not the point. I'm kind of an OU fan, but kind of not. And then professional teams. Like I said a few minutes ago, I was raised a Chiefs fan, and I still am a Chiefs fan, but I'm also a Bengals fan. I've been a Bengals fan ever since Joe Burrow got drafted.
Little bandwagonish, don't you think?
Okay, well, here's the deal. I started liking Joe Burrow as a person before I ever found him attractive. Because when he played at LSU, I'm sorry, I don't see it. I don't think he was that attractive when he was at LSU. Like, wow. I genuinely did not like him. But that year, 2019, Arkansas football was bad. That was my sophomore year. It was bad. So bad.
That was your sophomore year?
Yeah.
I was still in high school.
I know.
Anyways.
Yeah, we won 2 games that season, and it was awful. So I had no choice but to root for somebody. And that year, OU went all the way up until whatever bowl game it was. It was like the final 4 teams for the national championship. But then LSU won, and then it was LSU versus Clemson, and I didn't want Clemson to win. So I was like, fine, I'll root for LSU. Because Joe Burrow had just won the Heisman, and his Heisman speech was so good, I was like, I don't think I can hate this guy anymore.
It was very moving.
He seems like a really actually like good dude.
Well, you learn he's from the Midwest, and you're like, oh, that makes sense.
And his family's from the South, which is dope.
Oh yeah.
So
makes
then
even more sense.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, I'll be a Joe Burrow fan. And then the one time when he was at LSU, I found him attractive was the cigar video.
Yeah, I think
even though smoking is gross,
put him on the map.
Tobacco is nasty.
It was the cigar video.
Yeah, the cigar video was so good.
That's what got every 15 to 25 year age woman liking that man,
and a few men too.
Yeah.
No, but then there was the entire period between the national championship and the draft. I would see pictures and be like, yeah, this guy's not attractive. Like, it was just that one video. But then he went to summer, like they started summer training at the Bengals after the draft, and I was like, okay,
I get it now.
But when he got drafted, I was like, okay, I'll like root for the Bengals for Joe Burrow, but not because I thought he was hot. And then later I was like, okay, he's actually hot.
Yeah.
And so I love you, Joe. So he's like one of my favorite athletes, and those are my favorite football teams. But when the Chiefs and Bengals play each other, it's bad in my household.
Who are you gonna root for? How do you handle that? Do you just like root for whoever's on offense?
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I tried doing that though this year. So the game they played before the playoffs, there was one, I kind of slipped up, and like the Bengals were kicking off after scoring, or maybe it was just a punt. And so one of the Chiefs guys like got it and was running down the field, and no one could make a tackle or like push him out because he was right on the bound. Yeah. And so I was like, come on, how do you miss him? And my mom, she was sitting in the living room, and she goes, I'm gonna have to hold the mic away because I'm afraid it'll be too loud. She goes, if you're gonna do that, you can go to your apartment and leave. And I was like, mother,
that's crazy.
She like screamed. I was like, okay, sorry.
That's wild.
I was like, I'm trying to cheer for whoever has the ball, but I messed up that one time. Sorry. But so whichever team wins, I'm not disappointed. But I did want the Bengals to go to the Super Bowl again this year, just because I want both teams to have a Super Bowl
win. Yeah.
Yeah. But I wasn't mad when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl either. Like, I wore my Alex Smith jersey to our Super Bowl watch party. So I wasn't mad, but yeah, no. I need to get some Bengals merch though.
Me too. Because
I only have Chiefs stuff, which is fine, but I need to support both. But all of the Chiefs or Bengals merch is ugly.
It low key, it's not great. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Even the stuff on Etsy isn't that good.
No, you gotta search.
Yeah,
you're going on to like page 2 and 3 when you're searching for cute stuff.
I gotta go to page 10 sometimes.
You're looking through the jungle, if you will.
Exactly.
You truly are.
Okay, so other teams. So I'm not, just like her, I'm not really an NBA fan, but I am a Oklahoma City Thunder fan simply because Jalen Williams.
Yeah.
And also, I was kind of low-key one before just because I don't like Memphis and I don't like Ja Morant. I know I used to play volleyball against his baby mama. No disrespect to her. She was really good at volleyball, actually, and she seems like a cool person. But he's really not a good dude, based on his recent things that he keeps doing.
It happens.
On Instagram Live. But yeah, so I'm kind of a Thunder fan, and we'll have to like put up a picture of it like here or something if I learn how to do that or remember how to do that in iMovie later. But I've met Jalen twice. Once when he was at Arkansas last year, and then once this year. Both of us met him. He signed a basketball card for us. And so now on the shelf that you can't see on camera right now, I have, it's not a shrine, but it kind of looks like one.
With the way that the heart is leaned up against the frame, it's a little shiny. Yeah, so I'm not going to lie.
I just haven't taken down my Valentine's Day decorations from February.
Okay.
But it's cute. So it's like a little frame that's open, and on one side I have the basketball card mounted that he signed, and then the picture that he and I took together last year. So it's cute. And I also look like a child next to him because he's 6'10" and I am 5'1 3/4, 5'2". Okay. But yeah, it looks like a shrine. But we love Jalen Williams in this household. We love Joe Burrow in this household. We love. Are there any other athletes? Oh, Ricky Council.
Yeah.
Who's about to get drafted.
Do you love Ricky? I love Jordan Walsh.
Yeah.
I like Jordan Walsh.
Ricky's just such a cutie pie. And I'm not going to tell that story. I'll tell it another time. Snapchat is such a silly little app. But yeah. What other athletes do I like? Do you remember? Do you know of any?
Not off the top of my head. I think we've covered them all, honestly.
No. Arkansas baseball team.
Yeah, just all of them.
Guys. Some of them. Not all of them.
Well,
most of them are pretty chill looking. They seem like they could hang.
they're all right. I mean, never met them, never talked to them, but I'm sure they're great guys. Yeah. A handful at least. I know. I love Arkansas, like, college basketball, but some of the players, I live next to them, and I see them sometimes, and every interaction I've ever had with those men is the most awkward thing ever. Never spoken to a single one of them, but we always make the weirdest eye contact. Like, the one time I saw Cade. Oh, yeah. He was parked right next to my car, and he was just staring into my window, and I was like, why are you... But we love Cade, though.
Yeah, Cade slays, but also I was just like, do you need something?
You know...
And then the other time that Trevin and Jalen came out, and they were just, like, staring in my windshield as they were walking by, and I was like, why does everyone stare into my car windows?
Maybe they like your car.
Well, that one time that I saw Jalen Williams, too, when he was still here, the day before I met him, he walked in front of my car, and he was just staring into my window, and I was like, what is so interesting?
Maybe they just really like your windshield. Like, maybe you just have a really good windshield.
It is tinted.
Maybe there's something on your windshield.
But the windows are tinted very well.
Maybe there's something on your windshield all those times, and you just don't know. And they're like, this fool has, like...
My apartment parking pass sticker.
Maybe. I don't know.
My car was absolutely disgustingly dirty the time that Jalen Williams saw it.
Maybe that's what he was judging. He's like, wow,
probably
because dirty car that almost hit me.
It was January or I guess it was February, and it was that time it snowed real bad.
It was a bad
and
time.
Like it was all melted, and so then there was just dirt everywhere.
Yeah, dirty car.
Yeah, I was so embarrassed.
No bueno.
I was telling my mom about it, and she was like, he did not care that your car was dirty, and I was like, he probably did.
Yeah, he probably went home and told everyone about it. I'm sure it is on his mind to this day. When he can't sleep at night, that is what he thinks of. He's like, that girl's car was so dirty. That's what keeps him up at night. When he's just laid in bed, he's like, ugh. If I didn't have to see that nasty, dirty car, like, my day would have been fine, but now it's not. It's ruined.
Hey, they beat Auburn the next day, who was the #1 team in the country. So maybe it was a good luck charm.
Whatever helps you sleep at night. Sure.
Yeah, no. Bestie. Mm-hmm. Okay, anyways, moving on. Next topic. So I thought it would be fun if every week we or any guests that we may have, many that we want to have a lot of guests, but have what we call our weekly walkout song, because we're not baseball players or softball players, but we can pretend. Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of like either a song that's like stuck in your head that day, or that you've been listening to a lot lately, or just overall favorite that you want everyone to know about. Mine will often be Taylor Swift songs, I can already guarantee. Love her.
Am I going first?
Sure.
For this week, speaking of Taylor Swift, my weekly walkout song, I think, would have to be New Romantics by Taylor Swift.
Because she's been teasing 1989.
Yeah, she's been teasing it. I've been driving to go home recently a lot, and it's been on the playlist, and it's a bop when you get it on. It's a good song. I've just been listening to it on repeat, honestly. In every situation where I listen to music, it somehow gets played. And I'm not mad about it, but that'd be my song, my weekly walkout song, for sure.
Keeping in the same vein, I think I've kind of got two. Like right now, Midnight Rain is stuck in my head for some reason because Margot brought it up to me like yesterday. She texted me something about that song, and so then it's just been in my head the past day. But also today on my way to my apartment, I was listening to Mastermind. Oh, so both Midnight's songs. Yeah. Just in a Midnight's moment right now. Even though 1989 is my favorite album, it is
top tier. Honestly,
the best.
It's pretty good.
I can't wait for 1989 Taylor's version.
Me neither. Honestly, favorite album of hers so far. I'm not gonna lie.
It's so good.
It is.
I also love Fearless. I mean, I love all of her albums. I can't wait for Speak Now though, because I don't remember.
Speak Now was my first concert. Can you believe that?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever listened to Speak Now all the way through, and now I just like am afraid to because I don't want to listen to the stolen version. F you, Scooter Braun.
Yeah, but don't you need to listen to the original before you can appreciate
I've probably heard every song on there at least once. Let me look it up right now because like Better Than Revenge, Mean.
Better Than Revenge is so good.
Speak Now, I've obviously listened to
and
that song.
I have to sing every single time that it's on.
Sparks Fly, Back to December, Dear John, Story of Us,
too good.
Haunted. Yeah. Ours. Wow. Yeah, no. Good album. And like now I've become I didn't used to be a Folklore and Evermore fan, but now I am.
Ah. Interesting.
Like Last Great American Dynasty is such a good song. That will definitely be one of my songs one week. I already know. Did you see that Aaron Rodgers is like a huge Swiftie and a huge Folklore fan?
The way he was dancing and singing along to every single song while he's at that concert. The funny thing is,
the video of him and Paul Rudd showing each other their bracelets.
It's so funny. And then if you go back and look at like anytime any of the like social media managers do like, oh, what's your favorite Taylor Swift song? Like he doesn't give like 22 or like bad, but like he listed like good songs. Oh yeah.
So on one of the videos at least of them like showing each other the bracelets, someone commented like, oh, I gave both of them a bracelet. And so I replied and I was like, do you remember what they said? I was meaning what the bracelet said, but she was saying what they sent her. She was like, oh my gosh, they were so nice. Like the security guard tried to get mad at us and they were both like, no, let us get bracelets.
That's so cute.
We love you, Taylor. Be a guest, please.
Truly. What do you think they do with those bracelets like afterwards? Like,
that's what I was wondering. I was like, I hope they keep them.
Do you think it's like on a shelf?
Sweet. Probably.
Like, with their trophies?
Maybe. I feel like Aaron Rodgers probably would put one with his like. Does he have any Super Bowl rings?
I don't.
Let me look it up. Right? No, I know that they.
This is how knowledgeable
the Packers went to the Super
on sports
Bowl a minute ago, but I don't remember.
A hot minute ago.
See, I don't remember like ever. Oh yeah, he won in 2010.
Oh, there we go.
Over the Steelers, so he's got a Super Bowl ring. So
I imagine the Taylor Swift bracelet is next to that.
Probably. With his ayahuasca weed.
You never know. We'll get him on the pod. We'll ask him one day.
Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, one of my other favorite sports teams I have to add. You're gonna roll your eyes at me. It's fictional.
It's not even real.
AFC Richmond from Ted Lasso, my favorite show that just ended yesterday, and I sobbed. Anyways.
You saying that as a favorite team would be like, oh, my favorite team is the Slytherin Quidditch team from Hogwarts. Okay. Like, that's the same.
There's a big difference between that and Harry Potter.
Both fictional sports teams, are they not?
Well, one is a real sport and one is a fictional sport.
But both are fake teams.
Yeah, but soccer is a real sport. Football, however you want to call it. Yeah, no, if anyone ever wants to talk to me about Ted Lasso, I'm never going to shut up about that show for the rest of my life.
She doesn't. Ever. Ever.
Well, for a while I did, and then season 3 came out, and then I wouldn't shut up about it, and then it ended yesterday.
And now you still haven't shut up about it, but that's okay.
We all like Margot's watching it now.
We all like our different things. It's all good.
Yeah, you have to watch it.
We'll see. I don't have Apple TV. What do you want me to do?
Get the free trial, 1 month trial, and just binge it.
It's a lot of work to binge it.
Yeah, true. The last season, every episode is like an hour long.
Yeah, you ain't to binge that? Like, what?
Like, first season, they're all 30-minute episodes, and then they just get longer and longer.
See, the first season would be doable. But hour episodes to binge?
But it doesn't feel like an hour.
Yeah, but how many episodes are there?
First season's 10, and then second and third are both 12.
See, an hour episode, 12 episodes, that's not binge.
You could do it in one sitting. One season a day.
Oh my god.
You have nothing better to do. I wouldn't suggest it, but you could.
Okay, anyways.
Margot's done it, basically.
Yeah, that's
She
true.
literally started last week. She's almost done. She has a job, though, so she has to stop and go to work every day.
And that sucks.
Target wanting their employees to work. Come on,
How
Target.
rude. Boo, Target.
You shouldn't say that because the boycotters are going to think that we're
Yeah.
supporting of them. If you're boycotting Target, you're dumb. Anyways, that's going to get me under hot water, probably.
We'll cut it out.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just bleep it. We'll just think I said something like really awful.
It'll be all good.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so let's actually talk about real sports that are happening right now. There's not much to say. Baseball, NCAA tournament is regionals
Yeah. I'm
happening
excited.
in Fayetteville.
We do get to host.
We will
There-
be there Friday.
There are 8 SEC teams hosting regionals this go around, and like that's the most that I've ever. I think it's the most that I've like ever hosted. It's a big deal that we have 8 SEC teams that are hosting.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, is the SEC best conference? Like if you're gonna play baseball, like
look up what all teams
why
are
you
actually
wouldn't want to play for the SEC?
in
So
the tournament.
I'm
'Cause
excited.
I like texted Jess, our friend Jess. Her boyfriend is Cade Denton, future MLB pitcher. That's not a joke. He's actually going to the draft. But I was like, hey, are you going to go Friday? And she was like, I'll be at the Stillwater one for ORU. And I was like, well, I guess you should probably support your future husband.
Who would want to go to Stillwater though?
Not me.
That's
The
unfortunate.
drive from here to Oklahoma City or like that area, I hate that drive. That is my least favorite drive. It's only like 4 hours.
Well,
but
I
it's
also
the
would
worst
just
4 hours of my life.
hate OSU.
Fair. As
Like
you
when
should.
they came.
Wait,
they
do you
came
like
here.
OU better than OSU, at least? Can you give me that?
Yeah, I'll give you that
Sick.
over OSU.
Boomer sooner, baby.
But no, when OSU came here and played, and there, what's his face? I can't remember his name. Did this little Jack Sparrow run around the bases after he hit
Was that
like a
this
home run
season?
or something. No, it was
Oh,
last
okay.
season. I think it was
Okay.
last regional actually.
Oh.
But he did that. Just a jerk move.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't win, but
The one thing I remember from was it last year when the New Jersey Institute of Tech came, or was that 2 years ago? I think that was 2 years ago.
it was 2 years ago because that was the year before my freshman year, and me and my dad came and watched that.
Oh yeah, I was out of the country at the time. I was
end of the country.
I was on vacation. We were watching from our hotel room. It was really nice. There was Texas A&M fans sitting at the pool next to us in their A&M gear, and so I'd be like,
Nasty.
"Hey, Dad, when's Arkansas playing?" Wink, wink.
That's so funny. No, but I did that New Jersey school was fun, and they even came to the hog pen one night after they lost to watch the game.
There are Arkansas's baby brother. I still follow their like accounts on Twitter.
Do you really?
Yeah, I like support them. I guess there's another team we support.
Yeah,
Sure. New Jersey Institute of Technology.
We support you.
They're not in the tournament this year.
No, they're not.
Sad.
It truly is sad.
Ohio State in the tournament? Sorry. I know someone who plays
Ohio
it.
State?
Yeah, I know someone who plays there, and it was his last season, but I don't think.
I'm not seeing the Ohio State logo.
Aw. Shout out Joey Aiden. We went to school together for a while. He's a sweetie. Haven't talked to him in literally years, but it's fine.
But shout out.
The last time I saw him was at the DMV before he moved to Ohio.
The DMV?
Yeah, my dad and I were there. I don't even remember why.
Poor guy had to go move to Ohio. That's awful.
His family's from there. They're
That's
like,
even worse.
They're like the biggest Ohio State fans ever. And I'm like, why? Bad choice on your part. Love you, but bad choice.
My uncle got his PhD from Ohio State.
Well,
Did not enjoy it, but you know,
where did he go before that?
I couldn't tell you.
Sick. I don't know why I keep looking up and down the list to see. I don't know. Should we at least predict what's going to happen at our regional?
Sure.
So it's going to be Arkansas, Santa Clara, TCU, Arizona. Arkansas is going to win against Santa Clara.
Oh
Come on
yeah,
now.
for sure.
Who has ever heard of Santa Clara, California, doing anything?
Not I.
Didn't know that they were a real team that existed. So Arkansas is definitely going to win. Who's going to win Arizona TCU, though?
I don't.
A lot of people are predicting TCU.
I was about to say, I think I was going to go TCU.
I could see Zona pulling it through, though.
Really?
The A versus the A. That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, it would, but...
I thought when I clicked on that, something would happen, but apparently not. Oh, here's their records. Yeah, TCU has a better record, but not by much.
Yeah, but
Interesting.
when TCU played OSU, I think the other day,
They kill them.
Oh, yeah, it was...
Well, we, lost to TCU. I think that was one of the only ones where we lost, every game of this series.
Yeah.
This season. But it was, preseason.
TCU's playing well, so I think they
Yeah.
could beat Arizona, honestly.
Arkansas still has the better record, though. We have 41 wins. TCU had, 37.
Yeah, but I think a good matchup, Arkansas versus TCU, again.
Yeah, that would be a good game.
That'd be good to see, though.
Let's see what other games are going to be played. Ones that matter. I guess we should predict the ORU one for Cade.
We gotta go ORU, especially if they're gonna play OSU
on their home turf.
Yeah, I'm pulling for ORU for sure.
Cade, you gotta pitch good, man.
Okay.
I heard he hit. I think it was 97 miles an hour for the first time a couple weeks ago. Just
not bad.
So, Cade, you gotta pull that one out of the back pocket, please. ORU versus Arkansas.
That'd be hilarious.
Even though we're in similar brackets, we wouldn't be up against them at the very end.
No, but we if they advance far enough, we could play them.
Hopefully they can at least win their regional, and then do the dang thing. If it comes down to Arkansas versus ORU, though, then we're pulling for
it's Arkansas all the way.
But
forget
it'll
about
be a
Cade.
good game regardless. Sorry, Cade.
Sorry, Cade. You're great, but not that great.
You're a really nice guy, and we will be rooting for you in the draft. But if you come up against Arkansas, you could have come to Arkansas. I'm not going to air out their drama. He thought about it for a while, but anyways,
his loss. Whatever.
Yeah, you could have been a Razorback, but you're
What are they?
Golden Eagles? No, that's JBU. ORU might be the same. Robert.
See, the only thing I know about Oral Roberts is that they just send you a bunch of letters after you take your first SAT to try to get you to go to their school. That's really all I got.
Really? Oh, yeah, they're the
Golden Eagles.
Just like JBU. Must be a Christian school thing.
I guess it is to be a Golden Eagle.
My mom told me she's glad that I would have never considered them anyways. They sent me a bunch of stuff in high school, and
I'm saying, their mailing list is so long. Everybody gets something.
When I went to an ORU game this year, she was like, if you get cold, do not buy ORU blanket or anything. And I was like, why? And she was like, because they make their students wear Fitbits everywhere, and you have to get 10,000 steps a day as part of your grade. You got put on academic probation if you don't have 10,000
physically
fit, which is insane.
Okay, see, but if York did that would be a problem. I hit 10,000 steps going to my second class.
Honestly, it would be a problem for the XI majors because we're all in the hyper.
Yeah.
So we never go anywhere.
But with how far away York makes me park from my classrooms, I'd hit my steps.
My freshman year, I would walk 4 miles every single day.
No, I hit it. My watch is set to 10,000 steps, and it goes off before I leave campus.
I would have to park in Garland and walk all the way to Walton for my first class.
I'm parking in a green lot,
and
I'm parking down by the stadium and walking up to class.
You don't take the bus?
No, by the time it reaches the green lot, it's already full because I'm not in 56. So I walk up.
Which lot do you park in?
74.
We can bleep that so people don't try to find you one day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know which one you're talking about now.
Yeah.
But
I park illegally in 74, but...
We'll bleep that, too. There's that one bus station that's right there. I'm surprised.
Yeah, but that bus is full by the time it gets there.
Interesting.
And so I just walk. It's not that bad. And then if it's, cold or rainy, I cut through the hyper.
So, yeah, fair. You swipe in
just I swipe in just to go up an elevator. I'm not gonna lie.
That's so funny.
Bro, I gotta do what I gotta do. I don't know if you've ever walked up that hill, but it is not fun.
No, it's not. One time we had a class in hyper and she had to go up to, I think Hillside, and she was sick that day, and she said that on her way there, she stopped and threw up in one of the frat lawns.
Oh, that is so bad.
I know, but I was like, that's kind of really funny. And she was like, oh no, I thought it was hilarious.
The poor pledge that had to like go clean that up or something.
In the grass, they'll be fine. It's not
the first vomit that's been in the grass. That is
never
so
seen
true.
Before, and like, I don't know, it was probably
rather it be the grass.
Which house is right there?
Across from the hyper?
Yeah.
Lambda, yeah,
it was probably Lambda's.
Yeah. Sorry,
because that staircase is right there.
Yeah, that is so true. Everybody walks up that staircase to get right behind them. And then they end up parking their cars like on the little sidewalk by their parking lot. Half of your Ford F-150 does not need to be on the sidewalk. I don't get it. Like, I do not get it.
The worst part, they make them parallel park, and not a single one of those
knows how.
Guys knows how to parallel park. I one time had to wait for someone to parallel park there, and they were just going, eat.
Look, I'm not gonna dog someone too much on their parallel parking, considering I can't either.
People kept like coming this way too, so it's not like I could just like go around them. So I was just sitting on Stadium, like, dude, either figure it out or find somewhere else.
I would just park somewhere else. I refuse to parallel park. Yeah. I can't do it.
I forced myself to learn how to parallel parks just so I could park on Dixon to get Picklemans one time to go get a sandwich.
To go get Picklemans?
Because I was sick and I really wanted a Pickleman sandwich.
Bro, Pickleman smacks.
Their meatball sandwich. Or like the pizza one. That one's so good.
Yeah. Pickleman's their cookies too. I don't know what they're putting in them.
I will never forget
so good.
The time that for Caroline's birthday last year, we went out on Dixon for a little fun. I actually didn't drink a single thing that night because I had to wake up at 3 a.m. the next day, so I didn't.
Yucky.
But we went into Pickleman's because they were about to close, and I bought 3 cookies. They gave me 7.
Pop off,
and they were so warm.
Pickleman's is so good.
And I was like, y'all are about to close, and you made this many cookies? Thanks.
Truly an undervalued UARC restaurant on Dixon is Pickleman's. Hot take.
My mom doesn't like Pickleman's, and I don't know how.
It's unappreciated,
and their pizza's good. It's all good.
I know everyone hypes up Plomos, and I get it. Plomos is good, but I think Pickleman's deserves
so many quesadillas in one.
Pickleman deserves the same hype as Plomos, in my opinion. Like, truly.
Exactly. And what else is good?
They got pizza. They got sandwiches. Pickles,
like obviously Ham and Trees is better because it's grilled cheese.
Yeah,
but Ham and Trees Pickleman's is right up there with it. Like, they're neck and neck. And like, I don't know what else is good on Dixon. I don't really eat a lot of places on Dixon just because it's hard to get to, and there's no like drive-throughs.
So true. A drive-through would would just make Dixon worse.
Yeah, true. Is it Smokin' Joe's or Loafin' Joe's? Loafin' Joe's.
Yeah,
they're really good.
I haven't eaten there.
Their ranch is really good.
I've heard good things though.
Their cheese bread's really good. And they have like homemade ranch chips.
I love a good cheese bread. Cheese bread's nice.
I know. I love that place. And then if you go up College, so many good places on College.
Yeah, College does.
We need to have a food episode.
We can. I'd love a food episode.
Yes, just like everything. We need to think of a good title for this episode.
Maybe we should have done that before we started this.
We can figure it out. We can pluck out a fun little quote and turn it into a silly little title. I don't know.
Some silly little clickbait going on. It's all good.
Silly little clickbait, episode 1.
Look, this is why I'm a marketing major. That right there should be good enough for me to get my degree early.
Are you finishing early? Is that your goal?
Well, I have the option, but I think I'm gonna move my minor up to a major and finish like on time.
Aren't you thinking about being a double major like an entire year ago? And then
I was, but that was through like a completely different college. Like, it wasn't under Walton.
Oh.
It would have been under Fulbright.
See, I did that. That's how you get 2 degrees. It's fun.
Yeah, but I didn't want to
take all the classes.
Yeah. Fair. I didn't want to have to do another like extra semester or
something.
Yeah,
I had to. Sidebar, I had to enter every single course I've ever taken into the like med school application. It took so long to go through my transcript and like be like
every single class.
Yeah, you have to type the course code, the course like name, like the full written name, the like classification, so like biology, chemistry, social science, stuff like that, the amount of hours and then your grade, whether it was a lecture or lab or both, and any other classifications. So like if you had AP credit or if it was like an honors, you had to specify that.
That is so nasty.
Which is so funny because you have to turn in your transcript
too.
So I don't see.
That's even worse.
I don't know. I guess it's so they can like sort it quickly, but you'd think they would just develop a software that could read a transcript and it would be so much faster.
I'm pretty sure they have those. I don't know.
Not to put them on blast.
Never applied to med school, so
I do want to like get admitted to med school one day when I actually turn in my application.
Your digital footprint's really gonna come back and haunt you.
Yeah, I gotta go delete a few TikToks. My TikToks aren't bad, I promise. They're just really cringy, and I feel like if someone saw that, they'd be like, "This girl wants to be a doctor."
I think they're funny. I think they're great.
Oh, my TikToks are hilarious. We all know this because I'm a very funny person.
Yeah, naturally.
Sure. But I was thankfully though, because I taught this semester, so I did go back in private a few of them because I was if my students look me up and they see me like say something really cringy, I don't want them to.
Do you think your students went and looked you up? Really? Because I don't think any of mine.
I do that.
You go look up your professor's socials?
What? Sometimes.
You wacko? Why?
No, sometimes. It depends on the professor. It depends on the class. But I wasn't like a professor. I was a TA. Because like I looked up my TAs to be like, is this a cool person or do we know some of the same people?
I never looked up a TA.
Oh, I guess I'm just nosy. Because like I'll be in a class with a group me and I'll see everyone's name in the group me and I'll be like, okay, what do you...
So usually you are looking up people in the group me too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that class that I taught didn't have a group me that I was in.
Why would they put you in a group me?
Exactly. But like, if I'm in a class with a group me, I'll be like, oh, what does this person like do in their life?
That's crazy.
I took a class with a guy who was on the water skiing team. Yeah, I'm gonna look him up on Instagram to see what the heck that entails.
Okay, well that one's reasonable. If you knew he was on water skiing, yes. But like, just scrolling through the group me and being like, I like this name.
Practices on a private lake that the coach owns.
How much does the water skiing coach make to own a lake?
He must have just had the land. I don't know. It's not even like a real
Is it sport. A club?
It's
like,
one of the clubs. Well, I don't know if it's
kind of like how hockey is.
Hockey is like a varsity sport, so I don't know if it's considered a varsity or a club. I think it's more varsity.
Because there's like on a private lake. That's crazy.
I hope so.
We should cover that episode on that.
The water skiing.
Do you still have that guy on GroupMe?
I know his name. His name, because he was a chem major with me. He was younger than me though, but I saw his name come up in like the graduate stuff. I think he graduated at the same time I did, but I went to a different ceremony than that one. But I could probably pull him up and be like, hey, random, want to talk about water skiing?
You want to talk about water skiing?
My dad used to slalom ski. We could ask my dad about it. Not for the university, but growing up, my grandparents had a boat and they would go like every week. He would like barefoot ski.
Oh,
sounds painful.
I've never skied.
Really?
Yeah.
That boat that my grandparents had got passed down to us when I was a little kid for a while, and then it would break every time we went onto the literally every time we went onto the lake.
Yeah, that's not good.
My dad almost drowned me the first time I tried to learn to ski. Not on purpose. Not on purpose. Okay, so children's like teaching skis. So the skis are tethered together in the middle so that your feet don't just go straight into the middle splits, which is smart. You might not have the strength in the hip adductors yet. But they also have a tether to the boat because the rope is also attached to the skis this way so that when you're holding onto it, your feet can't get from under you. So you can at least get like that balance. And so on the other end is another handle. And so someone is supposed to hold on, like sit at the back of the boat and just hold the handle. And so if you fall, they just drop it. But my dad and none of the Chola men, I'm putting the Chola family on blast. No Chola man reads instructions for anything.
I don't think any man.
As do most men.
I don't think any man reads instructions. Like, truly.
No. But they're so bad about it. And so my dad was just like, oh, I'll just hook it onto the back of the boat like you're do with like a normal rope.
Yikes.
And thank God we were on the lake. We had taken some of my cousins out that time. And all my cousins are way older than me. Like my closest one in age is 5 years older
Yeah.
Me and I'm the youngest, or basically the youngest. And so one of them was like, that's vaguely handle shaped. I feel like that's not
like we should hold it. Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, I think we're supposed to like drop it so that if she falls, she doesn't just get dragged behind
the boat. Oh my gosh.
Hey, I did some competitive swimming. I would have been fine. I could have held my breath for at least enough time for them to realize, hey, stop the boat. But
oh my gosh.
But yeah, so read the instructions, guys. It's good for you.
Dragged by a
Don't
boat?
drag
That's terrible.
That would have been bad. But
this is making me never want to ski ever.
Well, hopefully you won't be on children's training skis.
Well, I just probably won't ski.
Skiing is fun though.
I'll stick to like a wakeboard.
I want to do wake surfing.
Oh, I want to wake surf so bad.
Yeah, I tried to like learn a little bit on a friend's boat a few years ago, but just like the way that you have to hold it to get up is so hard. I could not do it.
We could go to the lake one time and do it.
I gotta get my core strength up. To,
get some crunches real fast.
I was at the time not lifting weights. I'm back into lifting weights now, so hopefully, although I did injure my back. I did injure my back yesterday.
You would think as an exercise science major you'd know how to lift weights.
No, here's the deal.
Injuring your back.
Here's the deal. I had the Smith machine. I had it loaded up 110 to squat.
Yeah.
Which is a weight that I can usually push pretty fine.
Right.
But I haven't done like actual weighted squats in a long time because I took a break from lifting during the school year. And so I could probably get a solid 5 reps out of that.
Yeah.
So I went down, 1 was easy, 2 was fine, 3 was a little bit of a struggle, but on the Smith's machine, have you ever used one of those? So like the hook accidentally hit one of the things. I accidentally rotated it and it was enough to like recoil that I just like bailed, but my back overflexed, my wrist overflexed, I tweaked my knee, and I at first thought I was going to accidentally like sprain or break my wrist because of how much it flexed, but my wrist is fine. But then I went and swam afterwards and my knee started really hurting from the kicking. And I was like, so obviously I did something bad. But then after I got out of the pool, my back was like dead. So I'm going to have to hold off on that for a little bit. Maybe I should just not do weighted squats because I have injured my back before.
Yeah, or just lower the weight. Like,
here's the deal. Dance ruined my body. And so all of my joints crack. One day I was at the sports medicine clinic, my hip popped really loud and they were all like,
that is so embarrassing is when like something when something pops so loud, like
especially
it's
in
so
that
bad.
Setting.
Oh yeah.
Because they're all like musculoskeletal and they were like, the doctor that I follow, he was like, I heard that. And then the fellow that was there that day, he goes, was that like your body? And I was like, my hips just do that.
No, it's so embarrassing when you're just like walking in a group and like your hip or knee just pops.
My shoulders pop
and then
so bad
everyone
too.
Hears it and they all look at you and they're like, did that hurt? Like,
usually
what
it feels
wrong?
Good though. But that one did kind of hurt. It was a big pop. But
like it didn't do anything. It just
does
does it.
My ankles will repeatedly pop forever and my knees.
My knees pop. Sometimes I can't get my knee to pop, and that's the worst.
The worst.
Is when it needs to pop, but
like
it never
I'm trying
does.
to sit on my knee and it's like stuck, and I'm like, I know there's an air bubble in there,
and I'm just like,
or like
moving
cartilage
it in all
messed
different
up.
directions, trying to get it to pop.
I'm like, just pop so I can sit down somewhat comfortably.
It's so bad. The worst is when you're in class, right? You just need to like pop your knee, but you can't just like extend your leg because those seats are so close together. Oh, and you're just like trying to move it, and the person next to you is like, what is this person doing?
No, my favorite is when you're in a classroom that has like the old chairs that are like attached to each other. So like if you're an old maid or something, and like you're like sitting there and you just like barely rotate enough to get your hip to pop, and the person sitting next to you just goes.
Okay, but those chairs are the best ones to like pop your back on, to just like press back.
Yeah, because they're just at the right spot.
They're the right spot. But that also is like you can hear mine anytime I pop my back. So like I just can't just do it in the middle of class, like mid lecture. No.
Yeah, one time I think I like did a twist one and it was just like all the way down my spine, and someone was like, "Are you okay?"
It grosses people out.
Felt good, so yeah, I guess I'm okay.
Some people like hate that sound of like your joints popping.
My mom does.
And I'm like, okay, baby, grow up.
My mom and I both, or my dad and I both pop our fingers, and my mom is like,
no, I love popping my back. It just feels
good.
So good.
But I also don't trust chiropractors.
Really?
I think I do more now. Like, I think their training is a lot better than it probably used to be. But there's still some bad chiropractors out there, and it freaks me out. I don't want them to,
my first wreck in a chiropractic parking lot. So I don't really go back there anymore.
Fair. I'm just like afraid they would mess up my back more than it probably is because my back is probably messed up from dance too.
I love the chiropractor. I loved it a lot. I did it a lot regularly when I ran.
Yeah.
Just because my hips got so unlevel, like uneven with each other, and so I'd have to go in. But I came out feeling like a new person after he popped every single joint in my upper body.
They would probably love me though. They would just like touch me and it just everything pop and be like, whoa.
Although I'm not gonna lie, it does scare me every time like they pop your neck. And
yeah,
I'm like,
the neck thing.
What if they just like go too far and just like snap my neck?
Because I've seen videos where they do like the towel under your neck and just pull it. I'm like,
yeah,
that seems terrifying.
Like, next thing I know, they just snap my neck and like I no longer have back issues, which I guess is like a solution, but like not the solution I was looking for.
Die.
You can't have back problems if you're dead, you know.
Facts, I guess. I don't really know how to respond to that.
It's not ideally what I'd want, but
you're not wrong.
It would be a permanent solution.
Oh my gosh, we've already been talking for an hour.
That's crazy.
Okay, so maybe we will push the baseball ticket point system to next time, and next week we'll just be putting the University of Arkansas ticketing system on blast.
Yeah,
we love you, UArk, but also get it together, please. But we'll talk about that another time. But we should finish off with future potential guests. Our dream guests, ones that we think are a little more realistic, ones that are less realistic but we really want.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll start with the realistic ones. So a lot of our friends want to be on at some point.
Yeah, those are realistic.
Our friend Emma wants to talk about pickleball. Period.
Up and coming, though. It truly is.
We need to get her before she moves to St. Louis. She just came back to Fayetteville today. She was in New York all weekend.
I saw her story.
I know. She was having a good time.
We can get Cade. Cade is a very realistic guest.
Cade has already agreed to being on at some point. The problem is working around his schedule because as soon as postseason is done with whatever ORU, however far they go, he leaves, goes to Cape, or no, he goes to the Combine.
Yeah.
Then Cape Cod League, and then the draft. And so
maybe they don't get very far in the tournament. I mean,
hey,
not to wish that he loses, but if he does.
Kate, if you heard Anna Kathleen say that, I do not endorse what she just said.
I'm saying if he does, that would be the time to grab him.
Yeah, true. And we'll also get certified athlete girlfriend / future wife, Jess Cannon, who is Cade's girlfriend, our friend, who we love. And she's back in Fayetteville now. She was gone for a while in Texas, but she just texted me the other day. And then, who else of our friends? Caroline, we need to get on since she and I were going to start a podcast.
Oh, yeah, she's the OG to this.
She's our queen, our nursing queen. If you ever meet a nurse named Caroline, I can't say it'll probably be her. There's a lot of people named Caroline in the world who are probably nurses.
Yeah, can't guarantee it'd be her, but treat them nicely. Just in case
you go to the Mayo Clinic and you have cancer.
Yeah.
That's a high statistic that it will be her, actually. Until she leaves in September, I think.
We'll have a good oncology nurse.
True.
That's what my mom did.
Sad profession.
Yeah,
my mom did peds oncology for a while before she went to anesthesia school and said that it was like the saddest thing.
Oh, I bet.
Like one time one kid was like, Miss Renee, I'm going to go home, which usually is not a good thing.
Yeah.
The wing she was working, she was like, that's so great. It's like, oh.
Yikes.
Yeah. Sad day. But anyways, back to less depressing topics.
Yeah. I think
we could get Emily on.
Yeah.
Your roommate and our friend.
Could get my roommate on.
I don't know what we talked about.
I don't know either. You know what? When her fantasy league comes back on, when she starts her fantasy football again, she gets really into it. She could talk about that. She gets into her fantasy, into it. She did quite well last year, so put her on for that.
Yeah. And then I don't know, who are some like goal people for you?
Goal people? I think it'd be cool to get Drew Sanders. Yeah, Drew Sanders. It'd be so cool to get Drew Sanders. Any Arkansas athlete though, I think would be cool. But I also think I think it's also a very realistic one that we could we could get. You know, it'd take a little more work, but like I think we could get. I'm gonna be in
probably a class with some of those guys this year. Maybe if I befriend them, I can be like, hey, by the way,
I probably will too. I'm a business major.
Yeah,
I've had a class with Cam once, so.
Oh, that's true.
It could happen again.
You could get Emily to get her favorite man. I won't
say
his name. We won't put you on blast, Emily. No. We love you.
We love Emily. She's not here to defend herself. We can't do that.
She's still in Texas, isn't she?
No, Middle East. I
not know that. What?
Yeah, mission trip in the Middle East.
Oh.
Spreading the word of God.
Like in Israel or somewhere else? Like Jerusalem?
I can't say
where
she is.
Fair.
Yeah.
We can talk about it later.
She's in the Middle East.
We can cut that if we need to.
We can say Middle East. She's in the Middle East.
Okay.
She's having a good time. She actually just texted me. So, she's live. That's all that matters. Not blacklisted and kicked out of the country yet.
Super early in the morning there right now?
I don't know.
When did she text you? Like right now or like
no,
earlier?
Like, she texted me at like 4. So 14 minutes ago.
Okay, so like very recently.
Very recently, yeah. She's trying to get I haven't really talked to her, so we're trying to get a FaceTime scheduled.
Gotcha.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Back to dream guest. Drew Sanders.
Think big.
Joe Burrow.
Yes.
Jamar Chase.
Please, Joe. Yeah, Joe and Jamar at the same. No, actually, that would be too chaotic. I think they would just start.
No, that would be so.
Start wrestling.
That would be
because
the
that's
views
the thing that
would
they
be.
do now.
The views would be fantastic, though.
Facts and
marketing wise,
Jamar would show up like fashion wise.
Oh yeah,
he would probably dress Joe for us.
I know.
Make him actually like look. I mean, here's the deal. Joe has good fashion, but we all know Jamar helped inspire that.
Oh, for sure.
We got to get Joe on the wide pant, like the
Yeah.
big wide leg pants. Please, Joe. Come on.
Get him out of skinny jeans.
We got to take a step back from the skinny jeans, please.
The Kelsey brothers. That would be phenomenal.
Podcast collab.
That's what I'm saying.
New Heights collab.
Look, they are hilarious. Their podcast is great.
It's so funny.
It would be a dream to like just meet them first off, but like do a podcast with them. Insane.
That'd be cool.
Oh, the Manning brothers, Eli and Peyton. That would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be like, that'd be hilarious.
And I don't know why. As soon as you said that, I also thought Shaq and Shaq.
Okay, but Shaq though, that'd be so cool.
It's probably never gonna happen, but hey, being delusional works. We can attest. We were delusional about meeting Jalen Williams, and it happened.
And it did happen. The stars aligned for that one.
They literally did. We both found the card on the same day.
We got Emily to bring us a Sharpie.
Even though he had a Sharpie on him, apparently, because I guess he comes prepared now.
But he used our Sharpie.
Yeah.
He touched my Sharpie, so
and
that was pretty cool.
Was carrying that box of Talkies.
That was so
the
funny.
nasty blue Talkies. I don't care. Talkies, the blue ones are gross. Sorry. Stop sending them to our student section for them to like.
We don't eat them.
No,
we don't.
Nobody eats them. They just get crushed. It's a waste. Reese's though, if Reese's wants to put some Reese's in the student section, I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, can they do that though? Peanut allergy wise though, like with that?
No,
is that a liability?
Can they at least like hand out the shirts again instead of Coach just going to sorority houses and handing out the shirts?
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
Anyways. What guest are you thinking? Dream guest.
Tom Holland.
Because he relates to sports so much.
He was a dancer.
Oh, right.
And he probably watches soccer/football because he's British.
He is British.
He's been to a Cleveland Browns game in the U.S. when they were filming Cherry a couple years ago. Yeah, because the Russo brothers are huge Browns fans.
Oh.
And so he was on the sidelines. He and his brother.
Well, obviously, where else was he going to be? True. Like a commoner in the stands? No.
True. He likes tennis and he went to a basket. Did you see the pictures of him and Zendaya?
I did see that. But was that Tom or was that Zendaya?
That was all Zendaya.
That's what I'm saying.
He was in the pictures. He looked kind of into it.
Yeah. Basketball's fun. It's hard to not be in basketball if you're at a basketball game.
Yeah. We could influence him to become a fan of other team of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
We'll get him there.
The entire cast of Ted Lasso. No, I actually have a very specific Ted Lasso person.
Who?
Anna Kathleen and I were talking about this. So Phil Dunster, he is very British. He plays Jamie Tart, my favorite character. And he likes sports. He talks about sports. He's a big soccer, football fan. But he's also talked about liking baseball. And so I think it would be interesting.
Very American of a sport for a Brit
the
to
most
like.
American. It's America's truly. Favorite pastime.
Whoever said that, it was wrong, but
football is the best. But yeah, no, and like they have the NFL in London every year.
Oh yeah.
And the cast went last year, and I think the year before too. And two of the guys on the cast announced one of the Dolphins picks this year.
That's funny.
He wasn't one of them, but one of the guys is from Mexico, one is from England, and they announced it. Neither are American football fans.
I was about to be like, do they like football?
No. But they went to the NFL in London, so he's at least seen one football game. So Phil Dunster, if you want to be on the show, please do it, King. We would love to have you. Anna Kathleen will watch Ted Lasso just for you.
Yeah, I'll get all caught up before it gets on. I have some time, though, I think. We're good. I don't gotta binge it. I can take my time with it.
No, but I would love to pick that man's brain. Same with Joe Burrow. I would love to just talk to Joe Burrow about like all of his little nerd things. Yeah, I think that would be really cool. Yeah, a lot of Arkansas people. Danielle Musselman would be really cool.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to invite us to Suits and Sneakers, we can dress up nice, and we both have Air Force Ones that are pretty. I can clean my AF ones.
They can use
I can buy a new pair of AF ones. I could paint a pair of AF ones.
I'd buy a new pair if we got to go to that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'd buy a new pair and I don't know, give them the Taylor Swift treatment, like bedazzle them.
Yeah.
That or like paint them. I want to paint a pair for Coach sometime, but I think he like outsources now. Like he hires people to do that.
Probably. But I'm sure though that if you managed to give him a pair,
yeah, that'd be really
he'd
cool.
wear them.
Probably.
Put a Diet Coke logo on them. He'd have to wear them.
Yeah, and a little Razorback on it.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Coach
Musselman, if you want to be on the show too.
Teacher thing of him. Like teachers drink Diet Coke. Like
and moms.
Yeah, moms do.
Is that Cade out there?
Yeah.
Hi, basketball player Cade. Different Cade than the baseball player that we know.
Yeah.
Who else? There's another guest that I thought of that would be good and more realistic. Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams.
We'd love to have you, Jalen.
Both J. Will and J. Dubs.
Yeah.
Get both
and
of
them. And is he at Auburn? The other Jalen Williams that's about to get drafted.
Just all three of them.
I hope Oklahoma City picks him up.
Conversation.
It would be so funny if OKC would pick up the other Jalen Williams. Because his is spelled the same as our Jalen.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's JYLN.
That's crazy.
They would have to find a new nickname.
Yeah.
JW nickname.
How many JW nicknames are there?
J Dub, J. I don't know.
That seems like a problem for not us.
True. I almost said Lin-Manuel Miranda. Because I was thinking Lynn.
Okay.
And like do the end of the name instead of the J.
Yeah.
Just call him Lynn.
Lynn. That's so bad. He could just be Jalen.
Yeah.
He just had to go full name, you know?
Fair. Yeah. I was thinking, who else was I thinking of? I think I have it saved in a different document, maybe, that I said.
Oh, you were working on this outside of...
A long time ago.
Wow.
Because it was like things I thought about talking about. Like athlete mental health.
Oh, yeah.
Hiring processes. How some coaches should not have been hired at different places. I have a really great example of that I had to write a paper or a discussion post about this year.
Not the discussion post.
Misogyny in sports. Because we're women.
True that.
Those are all the main ones I thought of. But yeah.
Oh, Sam Pittman.
Oh, facts.
Dave Van
obviously.
Horen. Yeah.
Yeah. I said Coach Musselman, but like all the coaches would be.
Yeah.
Jordan Weber.
Oh.
My queen. I've been a fan of Jordan Weber since she was in the Olympics. And so whenever she was hired here, I like combusted a little bit.
Oh, yeah. No.
And her husband. Are they married yet? Or are they just engaged still? I can't remember.
Although anyone from our gymnastics program would be really cool to interview.
I wish I'd gotten to know Kennedy better. She dated one of my friends for a while. And we've met a couple times, but not enough for me to be like, hey girl,
hop on a pod.
Oh, Alyssa, the astronaut girl who's about to start her PhD here. That one's like a lot more attainable.
Yeah.
And just like she's super cool. Alyssa Carson, if you don't know who she is, she's gonna go to space one day, which is really cool. I'm a big fan of hers.
Yeah. That'd be interesting to talk about.
Yeah. We could get Hannah on too, because she's gonna be a aeronautics, whatever.
Rocket scientist.
Yeah, whatever. She's gonna work for probably NASA one day, and
we could get her both on. She could ask some. She could help us write some intelligent questions to ask. You know.
Yes, please. Because I would have to do a lot of preparation.
So much research would have to go into that.
I would research more than I did for my thesis.
Yeah.
If you're from the medical, that's false. I did research a lot for my thesis. So if you're watching this for medical school. I promise. It's really well written and you should read it. It's 30 pages. Anyways.
I've never had to write a thesis, so.
You don't want to. It's not fun.
It actually was
really cool.
I'm not an honors student. Haha.
The honors college did give me money, so I can't complain too much. Thank you for the money. University of Arkansas Honors College. It was very helpful.
Yeah, I bet.
All right. Yeah. So shall we sign off? Wrap it up? We went over an hour. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like my favorite podcast is TMG, if you know who that is. I'm not going to say the word all the way out loud because it's a little embarrassing. But I feel like them right now. I don't know how to sign off.
I don't either.
Thank you for listening. Thank you.
This was world-class athlete?
Yeah, thank you for being a world-class athlete. Go and be a world-class athlete. World-class athlete is not a brand, it's a movement. That's one of our taglines.
Not brand, a movement.
Yeah, it's a movement. So you don't have to be Jalen Williams or Joe Burrow to be a world-class athlete. You just have to be a cool person. Yeah. And a decently nice human being.
Yeah, bare minimum.
Sure. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.